Oasis Garage.
Oasis Garage. Oh, just like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oasis Garage.
The other one said Oasis Cafe, but yeah.
Oasis.
Probably because of the cafe sign.
Oh,
but
okay.
Since it's a garage and we work on cars and it's like an Oasis, I found that sign that said Oasis and I'm like, perfect. Now I got a name, and actually when you see it, I built a specific design just for that sign.
Oh, okay. We'll have to take a look.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you got to check out my buddy Aaron's Oasis Garage. So what is Oasis Garage? Oasis Garage is Aaron's passion build of signs and memorabilia, all automotive, and it is just a fantastic place. I'm happy to be here to check it out, and he enjoys showing it to people. So let's do a walk around.
Sure.
See what you got.
Like he says, I did a lot of shopping on Craigslist in the early days, swap meets and different things like that, and I would hunt every day to see if there was anything new. And I found that on Craigslist, and it was not far. It was out in Hillsboro to go get it, and naturally you got to wheel and deal a little bit and try and get the price down, you know. Well, he had a 24-foot restaurant sign that went with it, and originally it was in Chehalis, Washington. That's where the business was, but this guy was into taking that stuff down, and he was a scrapper, and I just bought it because it was a neon sign, and I liked the name. Well, it turns out it fits the place. So once I got the sign, I built this to accommodate that sign. So it fits the front of the building and it gives it just that perfect name of the Oasis Garage. So this motel sign is what started it all. I was hunting and I started off with just a little bit of like beer signs and things, and I finally thought, you know what would be cool is a large neon sign. So I found that sign, got it really cheap at an antique store and redid it, had to do the glass, and that started all of this collecting of more large neon signs. So whenever I could find any, I would buy it. It didn't matter what it said, didn't matter even how far I would have to go, but I just started collecting. And built this garage for a different purpose, but it suits it well now with the signs.
The Felix sign, didn't you retest that from something totally else?
Yeah, well, it was a used car sign that I bought and did a trade deal with a guy, and it used to say Everett Auto Works, but it was all faded out and you could barely even read it. And I have an artist friend that lives in Medford, and Tom and I worked on that project together to recreate it. And since we were repainting it, we decided let's come up with something more unique and what also would be recognizable. And Felix Chevrolet is still in business in California. It's the first West Coast Chevy dealership in the United States. And so that's what came up with that plan. And it just turned out awesome. It really did. So this is a unique project I started, and everybody thought I was crazy when I told them I wanted to build a robot wood stove, and they thought I was nuts. And I told them, no, it's going to be really cool. And as I started building him, people could start seeing what I was doing, and they go, oh yeah, now I see. And next thing you know, it just kind of got a little bit more crazy and a little bit more intricate, and it just turned out great. My goal was to make a wood stove that was full size that looked like a toy robot from the 40s. So this is Duke. He's got a name, and he's in a grain silo that I got for free and concreted him in the shop. And yeah, he's just a great piece to have. I needed a statement piece for a wood stove, and here he is. So here we are at the entrance of the Tiki Bar in the shop, and lots of surprises inside. First thing you see that everybody is blown away with is a 250-gallon fish tank that was made from an old propane tank with some porthole windows I found. Went to a swap meet and found a guy that was selling porthole windows and was able to purchase them for the right price. This was actually my COVID project. When we were stuck at home for the 2 weeks, that's when I did all the building on this. Originally took the tank up to my brother's, and in one day we cut all the holes out. He helped me weld the rings on, and we had the main structure done in one day. And then the rest was just the finessing. So inside, there's actually a chair in there, and there's gauges, and a steering wheel, and levers. So as you look inside, it would look like you're actually in a real diving submarine. Even when we had it on the trailer bringing it home from my brother's, people swore that it was a real diving bell, but yet it was something that we made.
Get that bowling sign up there.
Well, that's a long story, but that bowling sign I used to drive by, that came from Canby, Oregon, and for years I would drive by and look at it from the street and just, oh, I loved it. And then one day the building was torn down. I drove by and it was gone. I looked for 5 years for that sign. 5 years goes by, I finally find the sign, I get to buy it and drag it home, and I have the tools like a forklift and a scissor lift. So the combination of the forklift and the scissor lift was all I needed to get that up there. And had a buddy come help me, Craig. We put a lot of that stuff together, and boy, it was just a fun time to dream about it and then actually light it up. Once it lit up, it was so cool to have. Who has a 10-foot tall bowling sign in their garage? Not too many people.
You, I guess.
The Tulip Pastry sign came from St. John's, Oregon. I got to meet the lady that owned it. She was just a wonderful person. And when she found out what I was doing, she was so happy to have it land here. And so yeah, her dad was the original owner of that pastry shop, and he actually at one time owned a building not far from here, and he had a restaurant just up the street from here. Is Goober because remember Andy Griffith? And Goober was the gas station attendant.